This broadcast is inappropriate for all ages right here on hashtag WeAreMovieClub. It's time for Scary Movie Squad. Salutations, I'm Cameron, I am conversation ready. Though I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say about this, because I don't know if you remember Danny Glover. And granted, this was a long time ago when he was young and fit or whatever, but he's not the guy I picture when I picture hand to hand with a Predator. Arnold made sense because he was a big action star, and he was muscles, whatever. Danny just seems like a regular cop. Like, he plays cop really well, but he's not like extra fit or extra muscly or anything like that. Feels like I'm trying to censor the Predator. It's like, nope, can't show that. So it's kind of weird. Plus, he's working as a cop in South America. There's so many things just for the scenery, like, that just don't make sense. Like, I don't understand why he's there. I don't understand why Busey's there. Maybe he's with the CIA or FBI, whatever it is, tracking the Predator. Great. Fuck you, Windows. That part kind of sort of makes sense. The fuck Danny Glover's team. I don't know what to do with that. Just so I don't know. It just, and like the first Predator bored me a little bit. Because it deals with that slow creep, and it looks like it should use that suspense. And this does something similar, but like, whereas the first one took place in a jungle war zone, where it's like you're sneaking through the woods and like, you don't know what's out there. You don't know where Charlie is. This one, was like a city like that, so it's really noisy. It didn't make... There's so much of this movie that just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why they did what they did. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my show notes. Because, quite frankly, I'm a little lost on what the story was and everything. I got bored pretty fast on this one. Not worth the rent. So we open on a city war zone, so it's basically like you imagine the Middle East, but apparently in South America. But it's all like black and white people, with a couple Latino gangs, and then a voodoo gang, which outside Louisiana you don't really see places. It just didn't make sense. Plus, it looked like the ritual they were undergoing looked more like an African spirit ritual than like a voodoo ritual, which you would think they would be connected if you're, I guess racist is the word I'm looking for, but the like voodoo is actually like French Creole type stuff, where hoodoo I think is Haitian, which is also French. So blame the French. That's what I'm saying. But we've got young Bill Paxton in this, young Gary Busey, young Danny Glover, of course. It's kind of cool to see that, but at the same time, meh. I could have done without it. And again, like, it took a long time for the movie to actually get to Predator. That, like, even though like we saw some early on thermal vision, and I fucking swear to God, this movie broke canon like completely. Because I think in the first movie you see him actually like switch visions in his helmet. But in this one, after he loses his helmet, he's still seen in thermal vision. That's not how it works. That's not how anything works. They see light-based, but they use the tech so that they can see thermal imaging, so they can see where things would be when it wouldn't be obvious. Because it's the superior vision. Or they switch to one of the other 6 visions they can do. Through the helmet, through the technology. Honestly, that's part of what makes the Predators so efficient and everything, is... Sorry, I'm trying to stretch my back. Is their tech. Yeah, they're super strong compared to humans. They're super tough compared to humans. but their technology is what sets them apart. The fact that they can camo, the fact that they can blow themselves up if they feel they're defeated, which I still understand. I would love to see a remake of these first two movies from the Predator's point of view. Because I think it would be very eye-opening to, like, Predator culture. And we see a little bit of it in, like, Aliens versus Predator, and we'll get there, because I think, no, we're to Predators next week, because I fucked that up. Because I thought Predators was after Predator, because that's what they did with Alien, but Predator 2 follows Predator, and then they did Predators as an homage to Aliens after that, so, it's basically how I feel about things. So, there's a bunch of shit that happens at the precinct. Who gives a fuck about these humans? And the girl cop or whatever squeezes Paxton balls. I thought that was amusing. I liked that. And then we go to the penthouse where a couple are passionately practicing baby making. Let's say it that way, because we can. And then the voodoo gang comes in. They kill the guy. The girl's just kind of running around this whole time because she can. Like, as different events happen, not the whole time. But then the Predator jumps in, goes, oh, I can kill these ones. And I think the way they strung them up was kind of a challenge to the Predator. I think that's what that's supposed to be. So the Predator goes, oh, well, they're playing too, so we'll kill them, and then I'll string them up. So he strings them up and skins them, because he can. But we get, like, a very much more detailed view of, like, him doing rapid killings, because these guys suck. They're not soldiers like in the first movie. So he, like, nets a guy, he blows one away with his little shoulder cannon, he claws one guy, he stabs another guy with a spear, which I don't know where he got. And then, like, he becomes visible for the leader kill, and I think there's coming, like, some kind of zoom, and he, is that the one? No, he takes the head off the guy in the alley, that's right. So the cops come into the same scene, they find the voodoo gang strung up, they're skinned, the agency that Busey's with comes in, pushes them out, because this is our jurisdiction. This is matters of international security, or whatever the fuck they're talking about. It's so dumb. And then, for whatever reason, one of the Danny Glover's partner goes back to kind of sweep the apartment, and he's, like, trying to figure out how the Predator, or how one of the victims got strung so high, and it obviously was the Predator. He just jumped up there and strung him. And he's on, like, a ladder or something, and he almost falls, and he reaches out to grab a ledge. Like, let's say the ledge is here, and his arm stops here because he grabs onto the Predator. He gets surprised, and he lets go and falls into his death. So I don't know if that counts as a kill for the Predator or not, if I'm being honest. But I think the Predator was trying to help him up, because at that point he's a non-combatant. He's not a worthy prey. I don't know. So there's that. Oh, wait. Oh, that's after. I messed up. So, yeah, Danny Glover almost shoots the Predator, because as they're pursuing the gang leaders or whatever, there's still, like, one guy left that the Predator hasn't managed to kill yet. The Predator tracks him to the roof, but Danny gets there to interfere, and the guy pulls his gun on the Predator, and then Danny has to shoot him off the ledge, because he thinks the guy's firing at him. But he gets over there to look down and see, like, oh, fuck, why couldn't I get this guy? And he turns around, almost like he's realizing what happened with the guy. And he hears a noise. He pulls his gun on the Predator, which is a bad move. But the Predator just kind of slinks away. He's like, maybe another time, bitch. So, I don't know. Wow, was it much farther that his partner dies? Yeah, it was. Wow. Sorry about that. That's how much I paid attention for this. This really didn't hold my thoughts. But I did like the part where, like, the Predator goes to visit some cemetery for no reason. And, I guess because he's tracking Danny, and Danny goes there. So, like, a kid ends up pulling his toy gun on the Predator because he sees a ghost. And the Predator, like, decides, he's trying to threat assess him to see if he's actually like got a weapon. And he's like, this fucker doesn't have a weapon. So it was like a really touching moment, like that the Predators are not just evil things. They have a point in culture that they're doing. Yeah, they may not view humanity as equals, but they're not just going to kill things and ruin the environment for no reason. They're not just coming down and dropping nukes on everything and being like, look how many I killed. So, like, and then of course he's following Danny around. So Danny meets with the dude in an alley to try to get a lead on something, and the Predator kills that guy. So that lead goes to the subway, and so they set up like a sting operation or whatever, that like these guys are messing with people on the subway, and so they put a bunch of their cops on there. So it's like half the car, when they pull a gun on a citizen, like half the car responds by pulling guns on them, which to me says like that's a more effective deterrent than no one having guns except for the criminal. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. Let's move on. Let's see. But for whatever reason, I guess the Predator's still tracking Danny, because Danny has like good kills around him. I don't know. But he just starts killing everyone. Like the cop who ends up, I think the EMT ends up saying that she's pregnant. So she ends up getting hurt. Like, I think half of his squad goes. I think all the bad guys go. Danny barely makes it out. His partner barely makes it out. It's crazy. Danny kind of runs off on his own after that because fuck, who's left? That he's willing to risk anyways. For whatever reason, the Predator's up on top of some building playing King Kong. He's got a spear and he's raising it. And then he's getting hit by lightning and he's just like, yeah, lightning, bitches. Hopefully that's a direct quote. It's really, the movie's filled with odd moments, like odd unexplained moments of like, well, I guess that's what Predators do, and just silliness like that, where like I just don't understand it. I want to know more. I want to elect to know more. Will you stop blocking Minecraft, you piece of shit? Okay, I'll deal with that in a minute. So finally Danny's just gotten away one too many times, and Busey finally briefs him on what's happening. It's like, you're dealing with an alien, you're not equipped to deal with the situation. And so like they have a team finally that's going to try to apprehend the Predator in this controlled environment or whatever. They've got cameras in places, they got cameras on their suits, and they're trying to trick it by blocking their thermals. And using UV lights, and it becomes very apparent that he can see the lights after a while, and Danny rushes in to try to save whoever's left after he starts killing them, and Busey's all like, damn it, you're ruining my operation. Let's see. Yeah, because they're essentially trying to out-tech the Predator tech, and but Danny gets in there, by the end of it, the Predator's just like, fuck this, because you can't see anything, so why not just shoot up the entire place? But Danny ends up fighting the Predator, and then I have no idea how they get on top of the building, now that I think about it. But they do end up on top of a building, and he ends up knocking the Predator off the ledge, and the Predator's hanging on to him and the ledge. And the Predator starts to actually activate his little bomb that, at this point, Danny's been told that it'll level 9 blocks worth. They're like 3x3 square, or 3 square blocks, whatever you want to call it. So he's all concerned about that, and he manages to cut off the Predator's arm, which I don't understand how that disarms the bomb, but maybe it just stopped him from finalizing the thing. So, of course, the natural progression happens. The Predator falls off the building, grabs a drain pipe. The drain pipe falls across the street, and he lands in someone's bathroom so that he can have like a gangbanger moment of cauterizing all his wounds, to include his severed arm. So Danny takes forever, because I guess he's afraid of heights, to climb, or to take the little predator blade, climb down to the pipe, climb across the street via the pipe. And so by the time he gets to the bathroom, the predator's all cauterized up. He's jumping through the bathroom door, out the front door of the apartment, down the hall, through the stairwell, and just like off and off and off. And I have no idea where like the chase goes from there. It ends up in something that looks like his ship, maybe, or maybe it's a hub they built. But yeah, it's got to be a ship. Never mind, because they take off. That's my bad. So Danny has this like one last fight with the Predator, and again, the Predator's pretty wounded at this point. It's already resorted to using English. He calls him motherfucker. That was cute. Danny did call him vagina face, so I think it's warranted. I think the Predator was within its rights to use that sort of language. Yeah, Predator rights matter, sure. That's such a bad joke. But it's a melee fight too, so it's not even like a shootout at this point. It's Danny like boxing the Predator, and because he stole its like little ring knife thing, that I'm seeing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of all places, which is a really weird place for it to show up while I'm watching that movie. He ends up killing it, and then other Predators show up, and then in a race versus race type situation where it's like he'd be fucked, and he kind of like succumbs to it pretty quick. He looks around and goes, well, shit, you got me, what are you gonna do? Because I can't fight all of you. And they don't do anything to him. They kind of nod him in respect. And in Predator culture, as far as I know, him killing one of them means that he's worthy enough to be considered an equal. So he's essentially an honorary Predator. And because they're Predators, they know he's due a trophy. So I guess it's the Elder Predator or whatever that's part of this hunting clan. Ends up giving him a pistol from 1775 or 1715 that he happens to have on his belt. I guess it's a trophy he took from back then that's like, I've been here, I killed some of these guys. This is it. So it's, you gotta imagine that it means something to him, because he wouldn't give it to Danny unless it was a worthy trophy to match his accomplishment. And we've seen him in, again, Aliens vs. Predators, like my go-to exampling, where like we actually have positive human-predator interaction, where they will give trophies or equipment based on that. So it's not just like, well, this thing doesn't work, maybe he'll find use for it. It's, hey, here's a thing that I have that I like. It's yours now because you managed to down one of us. So it's almost a respect that could be useful in intergalactic squabbles. But of course they all board the ship, and then they get out of there, and he has to run for his life to get away from the backdraft from the exhaust. I think that's the right word. Fusion explosions? I don't know. Hey, yeah, I'm talking to people. What? You want to be a kitty on the camera? No? Oh, get out of my laundry. Get out of the laundry. Jesus. Okay. So after that, the Predators leave, and then he goes and talks to the agency, who I think they get interrupted by another agency. So he doesn't even get to debrief with Busey. But who cares at that point? It's all humans. The Predators are gone. Until, of course, Predators. And now that's like in 2010, when this is like in 94. So there's quite a big gap there. I'm hoping that like there'll be technological improvements, if nothing else, for the production value of the show, of the movie. So I'm hoping next week will be a lot more fun. Come over to Rabbit/Camera and watch scary movies with us on Friday nights. It's a good time. We make fun of it if it sucks like this one. Keep an eye out on the reviews for WeAreMovieClub.tumblr.com. Let's see. I'm getting caught up. Oh yeah, our strike finally is gone for Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Fucking YouTube. And then we'll be back to live streaming on YouTube in 2 weeks, it looks like. So, yay! It's a life for us. It's a life for us. But until you see us next time, I am Camerai, and have a nice day from everyone here on #WeAreMovieClub. This has been a little bit of Scary Movie Squad. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations and they'll take you to our other channels. Thanks for watching.